Zero versus Meta Knight.
The legendary Reploid versus the masked swordsman.
What happens when these mysterious rival mentors are put in a sword fight?
He's Eric and I'm Tom.
And it's our job to measure their weapons armor and speed to find out who would win a duel battle. The year was 20XX, and Dr. Wily was getting old and wanted to build a robot that will destroy Mega Man even beyond his own death, something that would rival what Dr. Light was making.
After OG Mega Man saga ended, Dr. Wily wanted to rival Dr. Light's creation, X. He created his own robot that would rival X, and his name was Zero.
Zero was initially contained with the Maverick virus, but it was switched with a battle with Sigma after destroying some Maverick hunters, making Zero join the Maverick hunters to team up to stop Sigma. However, the virus spread, and Sigma used Mavericks to his advantage to spread chaos around Able City.
Luckily, X and Zero were ready to take them down. Through their teamwork and brotherhood, they kept pushing through to consistently prove their feats of strength, speed, and evolution.
Though X was the main star of the show, Zero was always there to back up his friend, even if it meant dying twice in X1 and 2 of X5's endings.
However, Zero being playable in X4 meant he could gain an arsenal of his own, different to X's. For most of his base arsenal, he's got the Z-Saber and Z-Buster. The Z-Buster fires attacks like the standard Mega Buster,
and his trusty Z-Saber given to him in X2 gives him the ability to use a badass sword that can cut through almost anything. It's got way more power than the Buster, but it's only for close-range combat.
He also has multiple elemental attacks and creative attacks.
He can use ice, fire, metal, and energy attacks to dispatch Mavericks over and over on an infinite stamina. The only thing holding him back is how much damage he sustains and the fact his arsenal is limited.
Which is much different from X's weakness, being too damn nice. Zero's weakness is holding back his true power, even in forms like Black Zero and Absolute Zero.
But Zero can overcome this with his drive and willpower, especially after X4 when he had no choice but to kill his own damn girlfriend.
But indeed, what was he fighting for? Was it to defend the Reploids and humans, or was it an internal battle with his own mind and consciousness?
Even when Dr. Light tried helping him, or dreaming about Dr. Wily before he was infused with the Maverick virus took a huge toll on him. Even when X temporarily retired, Zero never stopped fighting, defeating Sigma over and over and over again at least 8 to 9 times.
And in X5 once tanked the Eurasia space colony exploding in the epicenter and survived unscathed. It goes to show how tough he is.
Most of his attacks are omnidirectional, and has attacks like his Genmu Zero from Awakened Zero, which is a canonical move that can insta-kill X, who should be superior to Sigma, while scaling to Techno rewriting all the mother computer's data.
He's also surpassingly lived on past the original X series despite destroying so many Mavericks. Once the Mother Elf got rid of Sigma for good, Zero reawoke in the future again to fight on alongside CL.
So has X, before eventually being killed by Omega, achieving so many new attacks, forms, and other abilities as Mega Man Zero.
And despite his short 300 years, Zero learned the hard way that there will always be conflict no matter what. Complications happened, even when he finally got the freedom he needed, sacrificing himself to destroy Ragnaroks in Mega Man 04.
But from the years he lived fighting, even if he was Dr. Wily's creation, and even if there was Mavericks, you can always rely on a Maverick hunter like Zero to save the day. Back then, a millennia ago, there was a waging war between good and evil. When good eventually prevailed, there was left a carnage, and escaping that carnage was a star child.
Who was none other than Kirby. Kirby crash-landed on planet Popstar.
I know what you're saying. What the hell is that pink cute thing? Isn't it meant to be a hero? Is this the right character we're analyzing?
Yes and no. Kirby is the fortunate main character, but one of his most persistent philosophical enemies. The other badass star child is the one who we are analyzing, Meta Knight.
Much of Meta Knight's lore is unknown, like his identity for most of Kirby, but what we do know is he did support the Dream World's King Dedede loyally, even before Kirby's arrival.
Aw man, I thought he was just an edgy guy from Smash Brothers who looked like Kirby.
Despite not being a true antagonist in the Kirby series later, he was shown to have antagonistic attributes.
Like having the huge ship with his face on it, called the Halberd, and his desires to rule Dreamland.
Yeah, just like King Dedede, but edgy, and he looks like Kirby with light armor.
Anyway, in terms of abilities, Meta Knight had a lot going for him.
He has the Mach Tornado, which lets him create a tornado by spinning, the Shuttle Loop to fly high and land a devastating hit with it, and the Drill Rush, which really screws with your opponent in a Smash Bros. Tourney.
Meta Knight also possesses Galaxia Darkness, his final smash sure, but it deals heavy damage.
Meta Quick lets Meta Knight travel at fast speeds, and Meta Heal is self-explanatory. And the Sword Beam, where Meta Knight holds up Galaxia and swings it down, firing a sword projectile wave.
Meta Knight can also summon Sword Knight, and Blade Knight also do the work for him. Deja vu.
His dimensional cape allows him to warp and teleport short distances, sometimes reconfiguring into a pair of bat-like wings.
Time and time again, Meta Knight has fought against and with Kirby, even defeating DDD twice.
He also has helped Kirby defeat Magolor X, which in that fight there was an interdimensional rift that contained 15 dimensions, which were similar to universes which Magolor could destroy at a whim.
But Kirby and Meta Knight's power combined was too much for Magolor, and Meta Knight could surely match him alone, so that must mean Meta Knight could also destroy 15 universes.
Meta Knight has also shown methods of traveling faster than light on several occasions. His speed is unmatched, and quite possibly being the fastest Kirby character in the entire series.
He was also able to travel to the edge of the universe, making his dark matter's speed feet oversight 4 trillion times faster than light.
He's also very durable, able to tank attacks from Void Termina, making his strength similar to his durability.
Not only that, but he's a genius too. He literally created Halberd, has 1,000 years of experience, and is shown to be a respected leader.
So all those who roam the Dreamland, beware, for he is the masked swordsman, Meta Knight. Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data throughout all possibilities.
It's time for a duel battle.
Target identified, Maverick detected.
You mistake honor for corruption.
All resistance is deviation. Deviation is eradicated. Insufficient. I think I understand his combat pattern. Damage threshold exceeded. Removing limiters. Combat efficiency increased. Predictive model complete. Target identified. Detected. Final phase initiated.
Then come.
This is it. I'm gonna have to give everything I have to defeat this Dark Knight. But I'm gonna need my Z-Saber back and finish him off.
Prepare yourself. Your journey ends here, machine.
Take it!
A warrior without mercy.
Mercy is irrelevant.
Well, I guess that's one less enemy for Kirby to deal with.
Despite Meta Knight being powerful and experienced, Zero had him outmatched in several ways.
Especially when we talk about the main categories.
First up, stats. When you look at both of them, you might seem to think that Meta Knight's feat with Magolor is impressive, capable of destroying 15 universe-sized dimensions.
Impressive when you compare it to most of Zero's feats in the games. However, Zero scaling to Techno, who could overwrite all of the mother computer's data and reproduce it with the power of his own CPU. How much data could that be? Shouldn't be that much, right? Well, it contained more than 27 universes.
Zero was faster too, although both could travel at faster than light speeds easily, Meta Knight's feat being over 4 trillion times faster than light by traveling to the edge of the universe is impressive, considering Meta Knight is one of the quickest Kirby characters.
However, remember, Zero could keep up with Techno's feat, not just with strength, but he was fast enough to keep up with Techno's feat, whom Sigma was also able to keep up with.
And how fast do you think that was? Well, lowballing, it was 11 quintillion times faster than light. Zero easily takes the edge in stats, but not so much for experience.
Sure, Zero was a valiant leader from X1 to X8. However, he only lived for about 200 years and primarily worked with X, albeit going in alternative routes, and was able to beat Sigma, other Mavericks, and entities alone.
But from the start, Meta Knight's experience as a leader and the fact he's lived 5 times longer than Zero proves his experience in fighting cosmic enemies and did so more consistently. Not to mention his tactics and smarter thinking meant Zero had to get on the defensive a lot.
Okay, so Meta Knight easily takes experience. Simple, right? Well, there is one more category. Their abilities, the deciding factor of this fight.
Well, from the looks of it, Meta Knight's arsenal may be significantly shorter than Zero, but Meta isn't a pushover. His abilities are mostly on him all the time, and he doesn't necessarily have to switch.
Zero, on the other hand, has answers for everything. His elemental prowess, hand-to-hand, and time-stopping abilities would eventually overwhelm Meta Knight, because at the end of the day, when you're losing in quality, you're losing in quantity too.
Zero not only has his elemental abilities, time stop, and different weapons, but he also has Black Zero and Absolute Zero, which make the odds for Meta Knight winning significantly lower.
Not only could Zero, say, obliterate Meta Knight with Genmu Zero, stop time and deal with Meta, cut him in half, but considering the stat advantage, it is highly unlikely Meta could ever keep up or match Zero in raw strength.
Meta wasn't going down easy, but Zero's overwhelming arsenal, Black Zero, and physical stats would eventually wear down the Masked Swordsman.
Looks like Meta Knight was beaten on Zero difficulty.
The winner is Zero. Next time on Duel Battle. Like and subscribe to see more Duel Battle. Thanks for watching.